Hi everyone, I'm Tanya Domato, Director of GreenHouse here at St. Paul's University College, and I'd like to welcome you to the 21st Social Impact Showcase Virtual Edition. Before we get started into the pitches, I'd like to acknowledge that the lands that I'm standing on are historically connected to our Indigenous peoples who have lived here and are living here on these lands. And as innovators trying to make a difference in the world and make meaningful change, we take inspiration from Indigenous peoples who have acquired traditional knowledge of these lands. With that, I'm super excited to share with you 4 pitches today, 4 teams that have been working very hard over this fall and these challenging times to make a difference on both environmental and social problems. So buckle up, enjoy, and cast your vote for People's Choice at the end.
There are 2,900 jobs posted on the Mars website, with $7,000 per bad hire. The 430 startups with jobs posted on the Mars website will lose $2.6 million just on bad hires alone. This is a serious amount of money that they cannot afford, but it only represents a small percentage of the startups that are hiring across the country. So where is all this money going? The issue is that there is no place for startups to practice their hiring skills. 85% of startup founders and recruiters I interviewed who have hired before said that they learned how to hire through experience. Without a place to practice or experience, startups rely on others for information. One founder told me that another startup hires purely based on vibes and does not even look at the resume, while other startups admit to hiring people they'd like to get a beer with. This is not good information and is making bad hires more prevalent in the startup community. This is where Talent Triangle can help. It offers startups a way to make sure every employee hire counts. Talent Triangle is a monthly subscription-based platform that not only offers resources that include proven techniques to guide users through the hiring process, but what sets Talent Triangle apart is that it offers a platform to practice their interviewing skills and receive real-time feedback. This allows startups to gain experience before they have to make their first hire, decreasing the risk of making a bad hire.
Think of Jamie, an average Canadian consumer. Jamie regularly purchases cosmetic products such as lipstick. They buy 2 tubes of lipstick per year, which amounts to over 120 in their lifetime. Imagine how many products this accumulates to when considering all cosmetic products for hair, skin, nails, and teeth, used by people like Jamie every day across Canada. Since COVID-19, Jamie has doubled the amount of purchasing they do online. Jamie realizes that they consume at an unsustainable rate. Unfortunately, they don't have any way of knowing what buying decisions they can change to reduce their negative impact. Looking at competitors in the cosmetic space, most focus on health and safety rather than sustainability. When digging deeper, it was found that some data was cherry-picked from sources, and competitors are accused of spreading misinformation by toxicology experts. This is where our product Cosmelo comes in. Cosmelo is a Chrome extension that provides sustainability information such as ingredients, manufacturing, water usage, and disposal on any cosmetic e-commerce site such as Sephora or Amazon. Cosmelo distills the data down to 3 levels of detail, the first being an overall rating associated to the product shown below each listing. The second level expands that rating into each of the 4 categories of sustainability. Finally, on the product page, the consumer can deep dive into more detail and see sources. Now when Jamie goes to browse for their next cleanser, they will have a single source of truth for information on the sustainability impact of any product. We are a team of 4th-year engineering students, and our goal is for all consumers who want to be more sustainable to have access to the data they need to help them make the shift.
It's the 1980s and this is Sally. She buys about 12 pieces of clothing a year. Within a decade, brands like Zara and H&M enter the market with their rapid production cycles. Today, we buy an average of 68 pieces of clothing a year. But currently, 73% of all clothing are being dumped into landfills or incinerators instead of being reused or recycled. That's $500 billion worth of materials wasted. Green & New has set up second-hand fashion sales in 2019 and 2020. We realize that whether clothing is dumped into landfills to municipal waste streams or deposited into clothing take-back programs, everything depends on what the consumer decides to do with it. In many instances, even if consumers had the intention for conscious disposal, they did not have the time or enough will to invest towards it. thus suggesting that there lacks ease and incentives in the current clothing retrieval mechanisms. Take-back program models have seen no innovation in over a decade in terms of user experience and effectively closing the loop. We would create a more effective take-back program by establishing a one-tap pickup system which makes it convenient for customers to return clothes, gamifying the incentives model to create value for customers and provide monetary rewards for being more sustainable, presenting a statistics dashboard on how many clothes an individual may have purchased, how many donated, what the environmental impact of their shopping activities add up to, so they can always make informed and conscious purchase decisions.
Have you ever thrown out a piece of clothing because it had a hole in it? Do you think about where all this goes when you throw it away? Consumers often don't know the impact of their actions due to the lack of information provided to them. The lack of consideration for sustainability is what drives the fashion industry to be the second most polluting industry in the world. It contributes more carbon emissions than all international flights and maritime shipping combined. In addition, the fashion industry has a significant amount of unethical practices. This is how they are able to sell an abundant amount of clothing for such a low price. So what can we do about it? From our research, those who want to purchase more sustainably don't know where to find the information, and if they do, it's misleading and lacks transparency. This is why we're introducing Think Twice, a Chrome extension that can be activated on any online shopping website. One quick install and all the sustainability information is presented in a small and simple package. When browsing clothes from my favorite website, Think Twice immediately tells me sustainability information on the brand, such as ethical sourcing and any campaigns to have on sustainability. If I click into a sweater I like, Think Twice once again appears with product sustainability information, such as the presence of plastic in the material and where the sweater was made. So now I have all the sustainability information. What do I do now? Under sustainability information, you are provided with sustainable product alternatives. These are similar items for more sustainable brands. My team is aware that there's a huge gap in the fashion industry for addressing sustainability. As a result, consumers grow their knowledge base and better understand their impact so that they can think twice before making a purchase. Thank you.